Hello, my friends and fellow game devs. My name is Chris Whitley, also known as Aristurtle in the game dev community. And today in this video, I'm going to show you this one simple trick that Unity and Unreal devs just don't believe. They don't believe it exists. Uh, so really no other explanation. Let's just dive right into it. We're just going to go right into the coding. I have Visual Studio Code open. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new .NET solution. So .NET new solution. And we're just going to call it example because this is, just an example. So .NET new solution example. And then we're going to do another .NET command, .NET new. This command is called mg desktop gl, and we're going to name it example. And in Unity and Unreal devs, it's okay if you're not familiar with that command. What that mg desktop gl means is cross-platform desktop project for Monogame using OpenGL as the backend for the graphics API. That's okay. You don't need to worry about that. So let's add our project to the solution. So we do .NET solution add example. There we go. Let's go into our example folder and just .NET restore just to make sure everything is set up correctly. And then we're going to open up our game class. And right here, let's go and open the solution. Right here, we're going to private texture 2D, and we're going to call it pixel. Just going to call it pixel. That's the only name we're going to give it. And then here in our load content method, we're going to do pixel equals new texture 2D. We have to give it our graphics device. That is a requirement for the new texture 2D. But then we're going to give it a width and height of 1. And then we're going to say pixel dot set data, and we're going to give it some color data. Specifically, we're going to give it a new color array that contains just one element of color white. So right here, we have created a 1x1 pixel that's white in code, just like that. And then we're going to come down to our draw method. We'll say sprite batch.begin. We're also going to add sprite batch.end because you never forget to end your sprite batch. Don't forget to do that. Very, very bad if you forget to do that. But then in between the begin and end is where we actually do our drawing. So we do sprite batch.draw, and we're going to give it our pixels draw. Where to draw it? Let's just say 100, 100. Sounds good to me. And then we'll do color.monogame orange because that's an actual color in Monogame, is a Monogame orange. And now that we've done that, let's save the file and do a .NET run. And let's see what happens. It's thinking about it. Ah. Do you see it? Can you see it? I drew an orange pixel on the screen in code just like that. I created a texture and drew a pixel. But I understand. You probably can't see that one orange pixel, and that's okay. It's very tiny. I mean, it's right here. I can see it. It's right there. Here, I'll move my mouse to it. It's right there. Probably really hard for you to see. So that was actually the trick that Unreal and Unity developers don't believe, that I can just very quickly just create a 1x1 pixel in code that quickly and then just draw it. But let's take this further. We can take this further. Yes, we can. So instead of just drawing the pixel at a specific position, what if instead we drew the pixel, and instead of giving it a position, right, instead of a vector 2 position, we gave it a destination rectangle. So we'll do new rectangle, and let's do it at 100, 100 again. That's the same XY position we had before, but this time let's do it at 50 by 50. And you know what? We'll do the same color.monogame orange, just like that. And let's delete the other draw line. Just get rid of that. Let's run it now and see what happens. Whew, the anticipation is killing me. Look at that. An orange square. It was that easy. All I had to do was create a 1x1 pixel in code and then draw it. I didn't have to import my asset through some asset importer as an image and then tell it to be a sprite and then load the sprite in. I just literally said draw a square. And it drew a square from a 1x1 pixel. Huh. Wonder how Unreal and Unity devs do this. Can't imagine. Anyway, that's the video for today. Yeah. Happy coding.